Hi there, friends. How are you? Andrea Cox here, and wow, I didn't know if I was going to shoot this video. And reason being is because I'm not 100% certain if I try to bring you the healthiest things and the healthiest ways to detox, but the a lot of the reason we detox, a huge part of that is detoxing the mind and detoxing, our issues live in our tissues. That's my favorite saying. I've coined that saying. And, if we don't detox deeper layers of the mind, then we really don't get anywhere. And I have struggled with whether to share ayahuasca with you and my experience, now experiences, for some time now. But I am going to share my second experience. The reason I did not share my first experience with all of you is because I was seeing someone at the time and didn't want to share with him that I had done ayahuasca out of fear of judgment and ridicule and things of that nature. Also, my first experience with ayahuasca, I was very sick. Now, everyone pretty much gets sick, vomits. I mean, I didn't see anyone who didn't. On my first experience, the vomit took over. I mean, I did the pre-fast cleanse. I mean, my God, I eat a primarily raw diet anyway, but I fasted. I did everything right prior, and I was still extremely ill for a longer period of time than everyone else that was there. The second time, and just to let you know, you guys, this isn't something you want to do on your own. I was led by a shaman. There were other people there. Uh, it's very, I don't want to use the word structured, but it's very controlled. It's controlled, meaning, I felt safe. The second time took place just 2 days ago, and in the evening time, and it was in LA, and I drove with a friend, and my friend, he had never done it before, but he was into it. He was ready. He had researched it online. He had read about it. He's into all this craziness that I am, and it was really, really odd because I felt like I had eaten quite a bit of vegan junk food like 2 days before and really was going to be sick. I was like setting myself up for the worst. And the oddest thing happened, and even the gentleman that led us said that this is really rare. I did not get sick. And I remember the first thing. So the trip lasts, meaning the actual trip of ayahuasca, the tripping, not driving there, but it's a trip. Uh, the trip lasts about 4 to 6 hours. And I remember immediately when I was looking around and seeing other people getting sick, your first inclination is to help other people, at least mine is. But I remember telling myself before I arrived that this time I was not going to help other people. I mean, the first time I was so sick, I couldn't possibly help anyone else, at least without drenching them in my vomit. But this time, I had to really coach myself before going in and say, you are not going to help anyone. This is for you. This is for you. Selfish. Be selfish. And I was. But I remember looking around and thinking, oh my God, I'm not sick. And the first thing that entered my mind, and this is how I knew I wasn't really tripping yet, is is this going to be hard on my liver? True detox specialist thought, I'm like, is this going to be hard for my liver to process? That's what I was thinking. But when I didn't get sick, I was able to really take in everyone else, I think, on a deeper level. I could see everybody's facial features were so pronounced. It was like everybody, I could see their wrinkles were like 100 times more clear. Their noses looked like Pinocchio. I mean, it was just wild. And I was like, wow. And the person I was with, I was like, wow, I might not be attracted to him after this. I was just thinking, oh my God. And, we're just friends anyway. But it was like I could see through everyone as well. And when I say see through everyone, I mean like I could see through to their heartache, and I could see through to the pain inside of them, and I could see through their stomachs to what they ate. I mean, it was so crazy. And the first time I did ayahuasca, Mother Ayahuasca came to me in the form of a rat, and it was very almost scary to me, and it wasn't the most positive experience. And I hesitate telling you all of that because everyone's like saying all these, it was so moving, and my first experience was so wonderful, and I'm just like, okay, mine wasn't. My second experience, however, this time she came to me as a fairy, and she was white and with white light around her, and she had a royal blue veil that covered her face, and when she lifted her face I could just see the outline, and I couldn't see any of her facial features. And when she spoke to me, because I had a full-on conversation with her, she said, do you know why you can see through all of these people? Do you know why you can see through these people's hearts, and you can see through their minds, and you can see through their stomachs, and you can see? And I said, no, please tell me. And she said, because you are an intuitive healer. You are an intuitive healer. And I'm getting so choked up. Being a detox specialist and a person that helps people and can literally look at people and know what they need to do to detox, what they need to do to lose weight, what they need to do to avoid chemotherapy or after chemotherapy, what they need to do to heal. It was so beautiful to hear someone say what I know to be the truth and have known since I was really little. Since I was really little. Since I was really young, I could always know what people were feeling, what people were thinking, what people, when they were hurting, when they were sick, before they knew they were sick, everything from the common cold that I knew they were about to get to an illness that I knew may take their lives. I always could see that. And, to speak that would have been crazy. And, no one wants to be the crazy girl. So to hear that from Mother Ayahuasca was so incredibly moving to me. and to listen to her tell me what I needed to start doing on my own path to even increase this awareness and this clarity and this vision and this intuitiveness that has always been inside me was incredible. And, she did give me some insight, and, this isn't for like all of you, but this is for definitely what I'm trying to do. And, I'm failing a little bit here and there, but I'm picking up the pieces the next day and trying again. But she did tell me that I am a 1 meal a day person. And the odd thing is, when I met Gil, who I feel is my healer in New York years ago, he told me that I would eventually, and this has been 10 years ago or so, he told me I would eventually be 1 meal a day. He said, you're going to graduate to being this. He said, not everybody, but it's how you handle it up here that matters. And it's funny, I've often eaten, 1 meal a day and juice fasted or things like that, or taken in liquid nourishment outside of that. But I always struggled with letting go of meals ever since I was a fitness model, and I would eat the 6 meals a day, and then I cut it down to 3, then 2, and then I pretty much stayed at liquid and 2 meals a day forever. But I always struggled with cutting out meals because it was like a crutch for me, and it was comfort, and it was my friend, because I am a loner, and I do spend a lot of time alone, and I've always been that way. And so this was a way that I could feel nourished when really I should be nourishing my heart. And that's what she said too. Me and her were tight. Mother Ayahuasca. I mean, we had a full-on conversation. This sounds crazy. And, I realize many people look at ayahuasca as, just an excuse to trip or, on psychedelics or whatever. That's not the case. The things that I've been able to let go of after the first one, yes, but after this second one, just in 2 days, and that I know are just going to be out of my life for good, it's amazing. It's absolute magic. And these were things that I never thought I would be able to let go of. Habits that, though may look healthy to other people, were not serving me any longer. People that I was clutching onto that needed to go, that weren't healthy for me whatsoever. And, it's funny, I was going to cut my hair. Before I went to this, I had an actual appointment the following day. On Monday, I had an appointment to get my hair like colored and cut off. But I mean, it's, yeah, by like this master stylist I had found on Instagram, and and she was up in LA, and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait. This is going to be a new beginning. And Mother Ayahuasca told me to continue to grow my hair. And so I'm going to continue to grow my hair. You guys, I don't even know if I'm going to publish this. I mean, it's like 1 a.m. and I am just like still on just this magical high. And I wanted to share it with you. Andrea Cox, AndreaCox.com, Facebook, Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox. Join me for my live videos there. Instagram, Raw Chef Andrea. And Twitter, Raw Chef Andrea. Snapchat, Andrea Lee Cox. Be well.